Hi, I'm Terry Murphy, Senior Editor for Realty Times Women in Business, Women in Real Estate in the Men's Room with Murph. And today we have a magnificent woman, a woman of power and just a dynamo in the real estate industry. Mary Jo Cohen is Mary Jo is pretty much everywhere in the real estate business. You're joining us today because this month has been the 30th anniversary of MLS listings on the web. And with Florida being the largest, why don't you tell us about Stellar? Go ahead.
So great. Well, thanks, Terry. Thanks so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here and have this conversation. So Stellar MLS is in Florida, central, kind of coast to coast in Central Florida. We have 80,000 subscribers, and I'm just like, I don't know, we're just pretty awesome. What can I say? I think we have a really great organization, large footprint, and
you have got 84,000 customers. You have real estate brokers across 21 realtor associations. I mean, you are a mega center there.
Yeah.
And you've your leadership has led them. You started 20 years ago?
Okay. So, let's go all the way back. I started, August 15th will be my 42nd year in the industry. So on August 15th in 1983, I got my first job at what was then the Reno Board of Realtors as an MLS assistant, way back. So it was in the very beginnings when there were dumb terminals and there was no internet and
remember those
back in the day. Yeah. MLS books, dumb terminals, 3-part NCR listing forms, and you name it. That's the time frame. So it's been 42 years, almost 17 at Stellar MLS. And prior to that, at Northern Nevada Regional MLS, from the time it was formed. So,
well, you're the power behind it. Obviously you've pushed it towards really data excellence, which is amazing because the innovation that has happened with MLS, because this is the 30 year, and as we mentioned, we've interviewed some of the original people, and it's progressed like crazy, including going global. And today there was a big announcement that I'd like you to share with us.
Oh, absolutely. I'll be happy to share that. So very exciting. So after these 42 years and 17 years with Stellar, and first of all, just know MLS is my passion. Anything about it, I eat, live, and breathe it outside, of course, family. But, so today we announced that I will be stepping down as the CEO into kind of semi-retirement in Q1 of 2026. And my successor has been appointed, and that's our Shane Fairley, our COO, who's been with Stellar for 20 years. So very exciting news today. I'm not gone yet. I haven't gone anywhere. I'll probably get a little teary about it when we get a little bit closer. But I am just really excited about this. So I will be staying on as an advisor for Shane when he takes over, and I'll continue working with our global and our subsidiaries for a while after that. So until him that. So
I got to meet Shane originally, I think, in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if he was
Paris.
in Paris.
Well, I met him in Paris.
We go back to Paris. So just to bring everybody up to date, MLS was invited quietly to strategically figure out how we could help organize data, dependable data in outside of the U.S. And not that we have a perfect MLS, but we have a really good one. It's worked for a long time. And you and I have been in the business about as long. Mm-hmm. And, you've got, I want especially women to understand, you started off as MLS in the staff. Mm-hmm. You 2025 Riz Media Hall of Fame inductee, top female executive of organized real estate by Swanepoel, the Power 2025. I mean, you have just kind of risen, but it's sort of just like, I'll say magic, but I know there's lots of hard work behind that, because I remember the early fight with putting MLS listings on the web and the boards and the franchises. How did you navigate that so well? I mean, I know your personal power is terrific, but I mean, that had to be a little bit challenging.
Well, it's always, it's not just that. It's this industry brings lots of challenges. Nothing ever stays the same. Nothing's constant, but that's a good thing. And I learned really early on in my career, even prior to listings going online, that we have to be flexible and we have to have our minds open to, to progress. And when I was originally in Northern Nevada at the Northern Nevada Regional MLS, buyer brokerage discount brokerages were kind of born here. It was before, and Assist to Sell was formed here in Nevada. That's where I am right now. That's why I'm saying here, as well as Help You Sell. So a lot of, things change and you have to embrace them and you have to work through the process of getting everybody kind of acclimated and, show progression so that people will embrace it and move forward instead of fighting. And I think that's probably the key as always, looking at what's coming, embracing that change, and then bringing others along with you by showing them the best.
And that's kind of where I want to punctuate this, Mary Jo, because like I said, your personal power, you're highly approachable. I learned that when I got to talk to you for a few minutes in Italy. The MLS International Forum is going to be held in Toronto this year for the third time. It went from 80 to 100 people to 300 or 400 last in Milan. And now Riso is handling it. It's going to be an amazing meeting as we bring people together. But the key to bringing people together is trust. And I think that you demonstrate that both as a woman in power in what was male dominated for a long time and now internationally, and you're so well respected. Tell us a little bit more about the Universal Consulting opportunities. That started in 2024. Can you give us a little history on that?
Yeah, we actually formed it in 2023 as a subsidiary of Stellar MLS, looking for opportunities to stretch outside of Stellar and, eventually bring more connections to our customers, bring more networking and opportunities to our agents and our brokers. So we formed that subsidiary kind of thinking, we're not quite sure what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, but we knew we wanted to reach out and embrace the global community and see where we could share our expertise and maybe help build something similar to what we have here. So our very first official endeavor was the International MLS Forum in Paris. And so we weren't quite sure exactly what it was, but we wanted to be there because we knew that was of interest. So we sponsored and we showed up and we had just an absolutely amazing time. You were right, the group was smaller, but it was really focused on, first of all, that primary piece is how important is that standardized data? And then once you have it, what can you do with it? And it just kind of caught on fire for us from there because we were so eager to learn. We got connected up with CEPI, which is like European NAR, so to speak, and did some educational classes with them, trying to, again, bring forward what an MLS is to the industry. And then, we were working with several others. And since that time, we went to Paris, to Milan, and we've expanded our network and trying to find places where we can share our knowledge and create some connections. So it's just really kind of grown. We started out with just our internal Stellar team. Now we have some extra staff helping us conquer the world, so to speak, in a helpful way. So we're very excited about it.
It's so, well, I'm excited because I knew just enough there because I interviewed Guy Volkenberg, Seppi, and Fiapsi, and some of the people from Mongolia. I mean, it was an amazing event because people were still curious. I mean, there were still people looking for ways to standardize the data so that it was a safer, more efficient transaction. And, if you go back as far as we have, trying to just figure out the fields for sorting information and all the IDX work. I mean, there's so much to go with. But the press release which came out today says that between CEPI and FIABC and dedicated global partners who share UCO's global mission to empower real estate markets worldwide. So even though Florida has been blessed enough to have you and Nevada, now we're looking at your leadership to help develop some of this global MLS. And I don't think that there's a better person on the planet to do that than you. You think about it, Mary Jo. I mean, there's a lot of leaders in real estate. Everybody brings this beautiful piece to the puzzle. But when you have 43 years of like phenomenal growth, it says something about you, the power of your leadership. So I'll hope that you'll join us again so we can get an update on the Universal Consulting endeavor. And then after Toronto, which is happening in September, by the way, if you don't have tickets, everybody get them.
Yes, get there. Go sign up. We'll be there.
It's a whirlwind. It's glitterati. It's all the leaders. It's really an exciting time. And I'm so glad that you're a pivotal part of that. Thank you so much for joining us. And I will follow up after to make sure we get a chance to be with you.
All right. I love it. And thank you. Thanks so much for having me.